Okay.
Did you make deviled eggs?
I made deviled eggs.
Oh my God.
I've never had them before.
You've never had deviled eggs before.
So I've just taken the lid off and
Smells like eggs.
Whoa. My wife's got to do some business calls from this room tomorrow, so good luck with that.
Well, good luck to your wife when she's sleeping with you tonight.
I had no idea that was promised.
The last time that you guys were talking about American chocolate, and Mike, I think it was you said it tastes like sick. You have ruined chocolate for me every single time I eat chocolate. I'm like, God damn it, he's right. I really love hot wings, but I don't like getting sauce all over my face whenever I'm eating hot wings. So whenever I go out to a restaurant, I get a big thing of paper towels and I de-sauce my hot wings first.
And I thought what you were saying, you got a load of paper towels. I thought you were going to put a paper towel up to your mouth, push a hole in the paper towel and eat the wing through the paper towel.
Turkey for English Christmas dinner has slightly been adopted from American turkey, hasn't it? Because it wasn't the original meat on Christmas Day, and I think since Thanksgiving, for some reason, we've ended up adopting turkey because it's shit.
Is this another thing we can blame the Americans for, Baz? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm going to.
Hello, and welcome to the Mildly Controversial podcast. This is an exciting one because this is our Thanksgiving special. So we obviously called upon our favourite American to come on the show. And when he couldn't make it, we had to ask Dayna. No, of course not.
I've been on this show many times and I fall for that joke every single time.
That's why we bring you on. It's just for that.
My gullibility.
This is so about me every week as well. I'm going to bring on my favourite podcast. He couldn't make it, say his Baz.
Anyway, for regular listeners, you will know exactly who we have. We've roped in to be our token American for the evening, and that is Dayna Pereira. Dayna, hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Back. Oh, so good. And we're so pleased to have you back. We always get loads of really good feedback when you're on.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear.
Occasionally we need to bring you on just to keep people listening. When they get so tired of me and Baz, they just need to get...
If that was the case, Dayna would be on every week. So.
I mean, we could talk, okay?
Yeah. Careful what you wish for, Baz. There's only room for one co-host.
I'm vying for your spot, Baz.
I've been on the edge for about 2.5 years now.
Right, so we clearly don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and I'm not even sure. I mean, we've got like half our listeners are kind of British, Irish, Australian, and half are American as well. So I'm not sure the Americans will understand that outside of America, it's just not a thing.
I'm not sure you understand how math works because that half and half and.
No, I said half of all those, and then half was America. And it was
okay.
Yeah,
Dayna said what I was thinking. That was all.
Yeah, but at least we know to add an S to the end of maths. Anyway, let's move on from that. We've got loads of questions about Thanksgiving.
Oh, I can't wait.
And my first question on Thanksgiving is, what the fuck is Thanksgiving?
What the fuck is Thanksgiving? That is an excellent question.
Don't even know what it celebrates, commemorates, or anything like that. We're talking like blank canvas here. We've got no idea what's going on.
So supposedly what it celebrates is this celebration between when the Pilgrims came and what we call now indigenous people. They used to call them Indians. That is not correct. So it was like this 3-day long meal where it was like a big party, a big celebration. They made food, they celebrated. That's not exactly what Thanksgiving is, though. I mean, besides like the genocide and the disease and the stealing of the indigenous people's land, they really tied it up into a nice, pretty bow and said, oh, nope, this is the story. It was a party, lots of yummy food. And, everybody danced and sang and partied and had a great time. They left out the killing and the disease and the stealing of land.
So is there a little bit of pushback on it? Or is it just everyone's just gone, look, it's just what it is. Let's just carry on with it. Or is there some people going, ooh, maybe we shouldn't celebrate this anymore?
Well, no, there is pushback on it. And I do think that the last Thursday of November that nobody celebrates, but they should, is like a day of mourning for what had happened on Thanksgiving. Um, but I think a lot of people kind of morphed Thanksgiving from the Pilgrims to let's use it as a day of gratitude for what we have going on in our lives rather than trying to celebrate, the mass murder and disease and, theft. Make it a little more happy.
So I'm guessing so the first year it ever happened, the actual date of it, I'm guessing a year into that, they didn't go, oh, let's celebrate it again. I think it's one of those things that probably a couple of years down the track, they went, oh, do you remember that time when we did all the killing? We should celebrate that.
Yeah.
Probably 50 years into it or something like that.
Well, I don't think that they killed on the day. I could be wrong. My history, my history is meh at best. But yeah, I think that it was probably a one-off. I don't think they were gathering every year like, hey, we're best buds, because that's not exactly what actually happened. So no, I think it was probably a one-off. And there probably was no turkey.
So now it's become this holiday that is is it bigger than Christmas for Americans?
I would say maybe second to Christmas.
Okay.
Now, I do love Thanksgiving. I love the food around Thanksgiving. I love the idea of being grateful for, it really gives you time to like sit and reflect on, your year or what you're excited about or spending time with family. But we all know what family's like, right? And how we don't always want to spend time with them. So having to hang out on Thanksgiving and then a month later for Christmas, that's, really pushing in a lot for 1 month.
That's not long to build bridges again, is it? If you've really pissed off your family and a month later you've got to go, oh shit, we've got to go and sit next to them and be happy again.
Sorry, I'm looking down here because I'm doing research as we speak. So,
good.
So apparently the first Thanksgiving was 1621.
It's a long ass time ago.
Yeah. 90 Native American Wampanoag people and 53 survivors of the Mayflower. I mean, we could have done this before we actually came to the podcast. But why not do it now?
Wasn't the book? That's what we brought an American on for, Baz, so that we didn't have to Google shit.
Yeah, well, this American learned all about that in about 3rd grade. So, I'm about 30 years out from that.
So, sorry, I nearly forgot that for those listening who won't appreciate it, Baz has got a massive US flag behind him. And he's made a huge amount of effort, more than I
way
have.
More patriotic than I am.
No, you're celebrating the killing.
Mine's the mourning background. I got all black behind me.
So, but yeah, Baz is like, it looks like really good quality, like it's actually like embroidered or whatever. Is it?
It is. Yeah, I went for. So just I want to discuss this just while we're on it as an Americanism. I made a video with this, and I got so much shit because I let the flag touch the floor, and I was like, oh, "What's this? What have I done?" And so apparently you can't let. Apparently I'm supposed to burn it now that I've let it touch the floor.
It's supposedly a sign of like disrespect, letting the flag hit the ground. But I mean, let's be honest. There's some disrespect coming from the country too. So if you touch the ground for a second, it's okay. You don't got to burn anything to the ground.
Do you know what? In the same rules about that flag, Baz, you're not supposed to wear clothing that is emblazed with that on it in the same set of rules.
Oh, right, there you go.
And that doesn't stop people wearing, Stars and Stripes trousers, suits, T-shirts,
Speedos,
everything. So don't listen to them, Baz.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to burn it. It cost me like 15 quid.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, with no explanation, in response to that, you just burnt the flag?
And put that on TikTok?
I suspect that might have caused a little bit more drama on TikTok.
A little bit.
Because no one reads the captions. They'd be out. I'd get cancelled.
Not just cancelled, Baz. I think that may technically start a war between Britain and the USA.
Oh, we've already done that.
People would be hunting you down.
They'd be looking in the wrong place, though, because everyone assumes Baz is American.
Exactly.
They're looking in the wrong place. Well, because he doesn't talk in his content, does he?
No.
Well, I mean, he does know all about Thanksgiving now.
Yeah, yes.
There you go.
Well, thanks to you. So,
And he does bear a striking resemblance to Uncle Jesse off Dukes of Hazzard. So, do you know what I mean? Both of those things, I can see where people are coming from when they mistake Baz for being an American. So, a few more questions about Thanksgiving. More like the holiday than we'll park the history now. You're respectfully in front of a somber black background. So we're acknowledging that. We're just moving on.
Yes.
So it's a national holiday, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about the Friday?
That is called Black Friday, and that is where we all, after wake up from our turkey naps, we go and gouge each other's eyes out to get a TV at Walmart. Also a national holiday.
Oh, it's a national holiday as well. Good.
No,
good.
not really, but yeah.
So technically, are people supposed to go to work on that Friday? So that's not a holiday.
It's not a holiday. People have to call off if they want to, go gouge some eyes for a TV. So technically not a holiday.
Or get over the excesses of the alcohol and food from the day before.
Yes, exactly.
Oh man, that'd be like having to go to work. That'd be like having to go to work on Boxing Day.
or
That's
New
no
Year's
good.
Day, yeah.
No, on New Year's Day. No, I'm not in favour of that. But talking about Black Friday, we haven't adopted the Thanksgiving thing, but Black Friday, probably about 10 years ago, the first time we'd ever heard of Black Friday, and it was that. And it was like people literally, the doors opening on an Asda, which at the time was part of Walmart, that the shutters would be opening and people would be crawling under and fighting each other because they had 4 TVs for 20% of the price that they normally are.
Bizarre what people, I'm like, you can go on Amazon, right? You don't even have to leave your house.
But the thing is, they were ridiculous deals. And that happened for about 2 or 3 years. And it always made the news. And it was the people fighting in stores and stuff. And it was brilliant, right? it was commercialism at its best. But now it's not a thing like that anymore, is it? That they all go, oh, it's the Black Friday deal. And it'll be 20% off something. And it'll be oh, it's Black Friday week.
Oh, it's a month now. They started Black Friday deals last Wednesday. And I was like, what?
So what's wrong with that?
Month. Yeah.
Surely that's to stop the mad rush, though, of people annihilating each other to get hold of that TV for $1.
Yeah.
No, just do it every day for a month. Yes. That's more like it.
Yeah. It's a money grab.
It's one of those odd things. You get the local coffee shop, and we're having a Black Friday deal. What?
It's 50p off a cup of coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. That's not. Black Friday is not about a month-long event, and it's also not about taking a small amount of money off something. That happens all the way through the year. So stop being silly.
Yep. They will use, they're like, it's Flag Day, time for 20% off of your, they will use anything for a perceived discount so that more people will go buy.
Yeah, but if the deals aren't good enough to cause fights, they're not Black Friday.
And I don't
deals.
want it.
No, exactly. I'm not interested at all.
If I'm not getting punched in the face, was it even worth it?
It's I might as well have paid full price.
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm not bleeding whilst running down the road with the TV, it's not even worth it.
What's
Doesn't
the point?
count. Doesn't count. Yeah. I mean, it was only one step above looting, to be fair, because the violence is there and there's very little money changes hands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only Black Friday is just, it's very, very marginally above looting.
Yeah, agree. But now you got a whole month of it, so.
So I'm right in thinking as well now that the Thanksgiving is pretty much the run up to Christmas. So that's the sort of last holiday before Christmas, is it?
It is, yeah. And it's you see your family for Thanksgiving, and it's basically Christmas, but no gifts are exchanged. So you eat the same things. You still have your turkey or your ham or your mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, all of the stuff. But nobody has to give gifts. So I kind of love that because gift giving to your family can be really hard and annoying. And great grandma is 94 years old. I don't know what the fuck she wants.
Hearing aid.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Christmas without the pressure.
You spoke about food there. Before we get on to food, I'm quite thirsty. So, Baz, I know you've got a drink, and I've got a drink as well. So, I'm going to get mine. And one of the things we wanted from you, Dana, there's a number of things in kind of mainstream shops where they will have like occasionally they'll have a handful of products and say, "Oh, these are American products," and I suspect Americans have never heard of them, and they're just putting the price up to say that these are American things that Americans are aware of, and it's authentic, and they're not. So I'm convinced on that. So I've got a drink here, which I bought in one of those said aisles of a supermarket. And I'm convinced this is, I don't know, this is, I'm not buying it. Well, obviously I did buy it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll go first, Baz, and then you've got one as well, haven't you? Because I saw a sneak peek of it before. Right. So what I want to know, Dana, is have you heard of Arizona Mucho Mango fruit juice cocktail?
Sure the fuck have.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Oh, that's an actual one?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Arizona has a bunch. They have like fruit punches. They have iced tea. I love an Arizona iced tea with lemon. So yummy. But yes, they have like a variety of flavors. Arizona is definitely one of the things that we know about and drink a lot of.
So is that's is that an iced tea? Is it you got there? Iced tea?
No, this one's not.
Oh, right, okay,
there was an iced tea, but that's not for me.
Yeah.
There was a peach tea or something like that, and I was like, no, that's not for me. Fruit juice cocktail is more my bag. But I do have to apologise to Mr. Price. I had very little faith that this was an actual American product. And it's widely consumed, is it?
Yeah, my kids, every time I go to the grocery store, they're like, can you get us more Arizonas? They always want their Arizonas.
Well, I'm stunned. Right, I'm going in, Baz.
Congratulations, you've got a bona fide American drink.
I'm very pleased.
Apologies in advance.
I'm going to go in for some Mucho Mango, and I'll let you know how it goes. Ooh. Yeah, it's all right. Just tastes a bit like weak cordial, let's be honest. I mean, it's good enough. I do find it disappointing when a non-alcoholic drink comes in a can that size. Yeah, that's a beer can, isn't it? They've put non-alcoholic stuff in a beer can.
Probably make a good mixer, though. You could probably throw some vodka or something in there.
Yeah,
that would make it better.
Well, I'm not drinking and I'm not making a big thing of it because it sounds like I'm in recovery. But I've just decided not to have a drink for a couple of weeks. So yeah,
me too.
That's all right. That.
Oh,
yeah. My husband and I decided we were gonna go for like November. There was like a couple of days that we knew we were going out to dinner and stuff. And we were like, okay, those days we'll have wine. Thanksgiving we'll have wine. But if we're just sitting home on a Tuesday or whatever, then we're not gonna crack a bottle. We're just gonna chill. So that's what we've been doing in November.
That's exactly what I've done. It's like I'm not going completely off booze. I'm probably not going to drink, but if something crops up, absolutely I'm having some.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm in.
That's as committal as I've been.
I feel I should walk off now because I'm the only one who's drinking here regularly.
So what have you got, Baz?
So look, what I really wanted to get was some Mountain Dew or some Gatorade. What was the thing that we had when we did our American special all that time ago? That thing we mixed.
Oh, Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and we
did it wrong.
Yeah, we mixed it almost like jelly. It was that thick.
Yeah, we didn't mix enough water because it came in a sachet. we didn't put enough water in it, and it tasted like fucking jam.
Did you put sugar in it?
Yeah.
We put some sugar in it, just not as much as it said, because we were worried we might die.
Yeah. Welcome to America.
4 cups of sugar or something. We were like, yeah, I'm not putting that much in.
Yeah.
We clearly missed his ear off the amount of water that was supposed to put in. We ended up with like a thimble full in. It was.
I think it may have been lost in translation with quarts and stuff.
Cups.
Oh
yeah. We didn't understand.
We had to be different over here.
So I couldn't get any of those things because they're not readily available. So I got Warhead's Sour. Where are we going? We're there.
Oh,
Warhead's Sour Blue Raspberry Soda.
And to be fair, like I didn't get a choice of this. This is what came in the pack, and I just read on the back it's got a whopping 35 grams of sugar in it. So I'm about to go into a coma.
Excellent.
Oh
so,
my
Dana,
God.
is that a product you're aware of, Dana?
I have seen it before. I don't know anybody who's actually drank it.
Right, here we go.
But that doesn't mean that it hasn't happened.
Well, it's
You're about to
happen
know
now.
one. Now then, Baz, let's.
Is it sour? That's what I want to know.
It is sour. I'm not really good on sour. Yeah, it's really sour.
Because warheads are sour. Do you guys have warheads there?
Yeah, I've seen them. them.
Super.
Oh.
They're supposed to be like really. They're supposed to like make your eye twitch sour.
Yeah, there's nothing you can mix with that. No amount of vodka is going to make that taste any better.
Just throw it in the trash.
As I'm hoping that it temporarily stains the front of your moustache blue as well.
Well,
That would be amazing.
my innards are now going to be blue raspberry soda. It says naturally flavoured, so there is obviously some real fruit in here.
If it came from the US, then I would use the term naturally with a grain of salt.
In the ingredients, there's no mention of actually blueberries. It goes sugar, malic acid, and then a whole load of other things which look like they'd burn stuff.
Well, sugar's natural.
Yep.
Well, yes.
Maybe that's what they mean.
Natural ingredient.
It grows. There you go.
Oh,
It's
no, I don't
natural.
like that.
Oh, so now we've got our drinks.
Oh.
I've got another one for later, so I'll have that later. We asked our Facebook followers. I think is that what you call them?
Yes.
I don't know.
Facebook.
Our friends. I'm going to call them friends.
Yeah.
Mates in the States, we used to call them.
Yes.
So yes, our mates in the States came up with. So we asked, and obviously they came up with turkey, but we've discussed turkey before. It's just shit chicken.
Yeah.
Stop saving it for special occasions.
Yes.
If it was that good, we'd eat it all the time, and we don't. All right, treat yourself. Buy something nice. Lamb,
A little
beef,
prime
goose.
rib or
All of those things are so much better than turkey.
I was going to say, I think I'm right in saying that, like, turkey for English Christmas dinner has slightly been adopted from American turkey, hasn't it? Because, like, it wasn't the original meat on Christmas Day, and I think since Thanksgiving, for some reason, we've ended up adopting turkey because it's shit.
Is this another thing we can blame the Americans for, Baz? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm going to.
Okay. Motion passed. Motion carried.
our
It is.
bad.
Yeah. So there'll be no turkey, and clearly I'm not going to roast an entire turkey just to do this.
Well, I went close.
Thanksgiving-y thing. Oh, right, interesting. So what? Two people, and I'll name check them: Daphne J. Emery,
Oh, yeah.
who
Friend
she
of
had
the
a
show.
shout out the other week,
What's up, Daphne?
and Kay Reynolds both suggested deviled eggs.
Okay.
Did you make deviled eggs?
I made deviled eggs.
Oh my god!
And when I say made deviled eggs, you two are so excited. It must surely be more complicated than what I actually made, right? Because it's dead easy.
You explain what it is in America.
I've never had them before.
You've never had deviled eggs before.
You explain what you're expecting me to have made.
So it is a very
Fucking hell.
typical
Sorry to interrupt. I'm just taking the lid off. And
smells like eggs.
whoa. My wife's got to do some business calls from this room tomorrow, so good luck with that.
Open
Well,
the
good
window.
luck to your wife when she's sleeping with you tonight. So deviled eggs.
I had no idea that was promised.
They're not an aphrodisiac, as far as I know.
Sorry, go on. What deviled eggs? What are you expecting me to show you here?
It is a very typical American appetizer. Like you make them for your pre-gaming to Thanksgiving. You know, people are coming over while you're doing all the cooking, you're eating your appetizers. Deviled eggs, you hard boil the eggs, you scoop out the middles, you mix it with some shit.
I did mix it with some shit. I thought someone was joking, but I did that.
Some people mix it with like mayonnaise and relish. Some people mix it with mustard and some stuff. Like there's a lot of different recipes for deviled eggs. But I do love me some deviled eggs.
Excellent.
I
Well,
like a deviled egg.
unfortunately, there's no way on current technology for me to share these with you. But I'm glad you said that's what they are, because that's what I've made. And
Oh, good.
they did look better earlier because I made them and I mixed them up, and I've even piped the filling into the egg. Yeah. So I just mixed mayonnaise with the yolk of the egg and some paprika.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And it wasn't devilish enough, so I poured some Nando's hot sauce over the top of it. So it's lost a little bit in its aesthetics, but here is
There you
My
go.
deviled egg. Look
That's
at
a
that.
good
with its-
looking deviled egg.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. I mean, it looks a little bit like a brain in the middle.
It does
we've
look
got
like
that.
a brain.
Right, so I'm going in. I'm going
Okay.
in.
So-
Chat
so-
amongst yourselves.
It was the ones I'm used to is that you make up such a good mix that you put it in a piping bag and you pipe it in, so it's got like it looks like a little coiled up poo.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did, Baz. But mine were the hot sauce has kicked in. But yeah, mine were rather than looking like poos, mine looked like little brains. Look, I did pipe it in there.
Oh, okay,
Much
cool.
smarter than poo.
I wasn't planning to eat all 4 of these, but I'm going to have to because they stink. So, so Baz, over to you while I just eat.
Well, look, so with the help of Amazon, I was looking for some stuff that I could get, and the only thing I could find that would be something that I could make at home was stuffing for the turkey.
Wait, you
And I
guys don't
love
have
stuffing.
stuffing there?
No, we have stuffing, but obviously
Oh.
I went and I bought some proper American stuff called stovetop.
Okay.
And I thought, yeah.
stovetop.
So I made some, and I like stuffing, and I made it yesterday. I had it in the fridge. I had a bit for breakfast this morning. I cut it and I fried it. But there you are. I made some actual. And it's really nice.
Yes.
It's really good.
It's so
I think
good.
I think it's better than actual English, just sage and breadcrumbs, because in here you get big bits of bread,
I
and now it's
love
cooked.
stuffing.
Mm.
And stovetop stuffing, even though it's like boxed and it's full of preservatives
Yeah.
and just not great for you, is the best because it's so easy to just like a little bit of butter and some water, and then you mix
You
it
say a
all up
little
and
bit.
a lot of bit of butter.
This is the only reason it's staying like a bit of cake is because it's held together with butter.
Yeah. But it's so good. Wait until have you guys heard of the leftover sandwich?
No,
My ears behind these headphones pricked
I've
up.
got a pen ready. Talk me
So
through
a
it.
leftover sandwich is what we eat the next day. So we get bread, we slap on the cranberry sauce, mayonnaise if you want, turkey, stuffing, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, and then you put the other piece of bread on it and you got your leftover sandwich. And it's basically a Thanksgiving dinner in between 2 slices of bread that you eat for lunch for like a week because you got to get rid of that 40 pounds of turkey that you bought.
I think ours is just on after Christmas. Our version of that, I guess, would just be turkey sandwiches.
Yeah.
Turkey sandwiches, then turkey curry, then some turkey soup.
I'm telling you, the stuffing on a sandwich, the turkey, the stuffing, the green bean casserole. I only have Thanksgiving dinner so that I can have a leftover sandwich. It is the best.
I'm going to just make a recommendation though. So if you can get stovetop stuffing, it beats the Paxo stuff we get in this country.
There you go. That's an actual serious recommendation. there.
No, it's really good and it's readily available. I mean, it's more expensive than Paxo, but it's better. So
So good.
Right. My next thing, I'm not sure if it's a Thanksgiving thing per se. It's more a snack, and apparently, it's like it is kind of a snack, but it's a sweet snack. And it's another one that was suggested by one of our mates in the States, Carrie Ann Young.
oh, carry on.
She says it's a big hit in the Midwest, and it's called Scotcheroos. Are you aware of Scotcheroos?
I've never heard of a Scotcheroo.
Brilliant. Educate. And then this is what happens, you see, because we all, like, over here, we just assume that the USA is just one big country.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it is a big country, but it's
just
so
lots
big.
of little countries, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Every recipe that I downloaded from it involved corn syrup. And corn syrup, I didn't avoid corn syrup for any health reasons, but that would be a valid reason to avoid it. I avoided it because you can't buy it here.
Yes. It's illegal.
Shocking.
So I had to find some recipes that don't have that in it. So in terms of ingredient, it's Rice Krispies. It's like a Rice Krispie treat covered in chocolate, but it's not marshmallow. It's peanut butter, corn syrup, and sugar.
Okay.
Now, here's the problem with this.
Is it diet food?
It's definitely not diet food, Baz. And Baz, I said I was going to make something and send it to you.
Yeah.
Right? I'll give you a demonstration of why I didn't send you your part of it. Okay, Baz, are you ready for this? This will work on the audio version as well.
You couldn't afford the postage.
It's not. I don't think it's supposed to be that hard or heavy. So yeah, I couldn't afford the postage to send it to you, Baz. That would have cost. I think that would have had to have its own plane seat if I was to send that to you. So I will dig in shortly, but
don't crack a tooth.
I mean, look how dense it is. It's definitely not supposed to be like that.
No, is that right? Are there Rice Krispies amongst
There
that?
are Rice Krispies in there, yeah, but it's not like I'm. Look, it's not like I'm trying it for the first time.
Oh,
I've had quite a lot of it.
Did you get each individual Rice Krispie and fill it full of concrete first? Because that's what it looks like.
I mean, it looks okay from that side.
Yes.
But it's
I am currently Googling Scotcheroos because I
Scotcheroos.
have got to see what they're supposed to look like.
I mean, they are supposed to look like that.
Like Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, look, they are supposed to look like that. Here is the problem, because understandably, every recipe I downloaded was American.
Yeah.
And in some wisdom of Americans not weighing things when they're cooking, putting it in cups, right? Which doesn't make any sense to anybody outside of the USA, because if you weigh stuff, you're going to get it exactly right every time.
Mm-hmm.
If you go by volume, like an example here is chocolate chips. It depends how big the chocolate chips are. If you've got big chocolate chips, you're going to have less of them because there's more space in between. So I'm blaming American recipes being in cups and stuff for my ineptitude in making this dessert.
We do a lot of things ass backwards.
Yes, I will try it though.
Your face says
really
that it's so good.
It's really, really nice. There's just a fuckload of work in eating it. So.
You're just burning the calories as you're eating it. You're getting a jaw exercise.
It's like celery.
I'm going to have a jaw like Johnny Bravo when I finish this.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
So how does it taste? You got peanut butter, syrup, chocolate, and Rice Krispies.
Well, the recipe I used honey.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's Rice Krispies, peanut butter, sugar, honey, and the topping is chocolate melted with butterscotch. Okay. So it is actually really, really nice. And even though it's not how it's supposed to be, it's definitely not supposed to be that dense.
Yeah.
But I get the idea from the taste, and it is really Moorish, as you would expect for something that's got about 3.5 tons of sugar in it. So.
It sounds like survival food, that you have one of those, it'll last you for a month.
I think it would.
Just go hibernate now.
You eat a full one of those in January, you don't have to eat again until July. Right, Baz, when we asked our mates from the States on Facebook, it was Lisa Lynn Lee who suggested we mix Coke with peanuts.
I've gone for the other American brand, Pepsi.
All right. Well, I'm not sure it'll work, Baz.
Same thing, right?
Cola and cola.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go. I've gone with this. So apparently, I need to create some space, and then you just literally throw peanuts into the Coke and then drink it. That's what
Dana's
Lisa Lynn Lee suggests. I don't know if she's just taking a piss.
No, I've heard of this before. Have you heard of? Was it? I think it's Mentos in Coke. Have you heard of
Yes.
Mentos?
Oh yeah, that blows up though, doesn't it? You put it in the bottle and it explodes. Yeah. This doesn't do that, does it?
I'm wondering. I'm like, does this one do that?
I'm going to stand back when I turf them in, but I think I'm going to have to create some space in my.
Well, I'm putting mine in a glass, so I'm doing mine like the cocktail version.
Yeah.
So how did you put it in? A lot or a little?
I don't know. Give me a sec.
Right. Oh, I've gone for a good. Mike's done his in a bottle. I've done mine. It looks like a sample you get to the doctors or something. So.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to try and put mine into my bottle. I'm not sure how this is going to go because I've got cheap peanuts and this is I've just had a drink out of the top of that and I was like, whoa! I think this is literally the first time in 35 years I've had full sugar Coke.
Oh, really?
So, this is the first time in 56 years that I've had peanuts in Coke.
All right, let's give it a go.
What's the verdict, Baz? You can't. You're
I'm
still
not-
chewing.
I won't be doing it again. I thought it was going to be like salt and sweet kind of thing, but I'm now eating all the other snacks alongside it as well.
Yeah. Instant regret.
I'm glad I'm not doing this with you guys.
I was hoping it was going to be something quite special, and I'm not even mildly disappointed because it's disgusting. I'm going to keep going though.
I think we'll give Lisa Lynn Lee some credit that I suspect a certain amount of nostalgia might be attached to it rather than being a nice thing.
I wish I put ice cream in it, that's an American ice cream float, isn't it?
Like a root beer float or a Coke float. Yum.
You can't beat a float.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my next one, and this was from the same place as the Arizona, so I'm hopeful that you've heard of these. We've got
What?
Hers Buffalo Blue Cheese.
Okay,
Corn
so
snacks.
Hers is a brand that is not near me, so I don't usually get that kind, but there are Buffalo Blue Cheese stuff.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this because I love buffalo wings dipped in blue cheese sauce, so
Me
I'm
too.
hopeful. But I am a little bit hesitant because things like this very rarely deliver on what they're supposed to taste like, so we'll give it a go.
If you see me eating some stuffing in a minute, it's to get the taste of that shit out of my mouth.
Stuffing, the only good thing you had so far.
Well, my my buffalo blue cheese cheese puff type things. If I'd have tasted them and you'd said, "What do they taste of?"
Uh-huh.
I definitely wouldn't have got to buffalo buffalo.
No, what would you have gone to?
I don't know. There's definitely a hint of blue cheese. The first one just didn't taste of much, but I think my palate may just be still reeling from the Coke and peanuts, to be honest.
Yeah, it's coated with sugar.
Yeah. But yeah, no, four in, really nice. I like them. I'm glad
You'll keep eating them?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I will keep eating them. But yeah, I'm not sure it was not sure it's authentic's not the right word. Accurate flavor being buffalo blue cheese, but it is very, very nice.
Okay.
My next one, I'm not going to try them because they're sours again, but I only got them because they're called Razzles.
Oh, I've heard of Razzles. I've had Razzles.
Yeah, well, Razzle in this country is a porn magazine.
Oh,
Do they still exist, Baz?
Well, they do in my bedroom.
look on the ingredients. Does it say vagina flavoring?
Oh yeah, hang on. Oh, it does. Yes.
No, that's a serving suggestion, not a flavour.
I mean, as ever, it just says 100 things and doesn't say anything that I think I've ever eaten on its own before. It's even got something called Yellow Lake 6 in it. Or so Yellow 6 Lake. That sounds delicious. Actually, I've got to try them, haven't I? I've got to try one because it's selling thing is first it's candy, then it's gum. I mean, I don't know how that works.
You just keep chewing.
And in fairness, it looks like something you put on the bottom of a chair leg to stop it scratching the floor. So.
It does.
I don't know if these are out of date, but it's gone all crumbly. Oh no! Actually, no. Look, now it's joining together.
Now it's going to gum.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we're in a Willy Wonka movie.
Yeah,
It is.
well, I'm the Oompa Loompa, so it's fine. Actually, that's okay. Oh no, it's still a bit sour, but so.
Well, I'm glad you got one out of them that you were like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, but now it's gum, so I can't swallow it. Right, I got to chew it and then spit it out in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say though See, it doesn't have instructions what you're supposed to do with them.
Instructions.
Well, it doesn't say don't eat them or don't swallow them. Get rid of that because that's not very good. So look, I went for a couple of traditional ones as well. So, and I got these because of Mike. I got Mike and Ike original fruits.
Yes.
So I know they're a genuine because look, it's actually got 25 cents on the top. So I know that's
25 cents. That looks quite cheap.
And it's actually got actual size on it as well. So obviously, if I put it really close to the camera, they're massive. But I'm not going to go for this. I'm going to go for this because I know that this is a winner. So this is Hershey's. Everybody knows
Cookies and
Hershey's.
cream.
So this is going to be my palate cleanser.
Baz, while you're doing that, while you're accessing your Hershey's cookies and cream, I'll see your Hershey's cookies and cream and I'll raise you a salted caramel version.
Oh, mate. I don't need... Yours is better. I love a salted caramel. Although we have had peanuts, so we should be okay, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how anybody puts weight on in America. Trying to get into packaging is ridiculous. You just give up after a little while.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think your answer, Baz, was the ingredients panel you were reading earlier.
Probably. It doesn't stop us, though, clearly.
No, absolutely not. Anyway, that's enough talking. I'm going to go into me Hershey's cookies and cream salted caramel there.
Yeah, let's get you on that obesity stat.
Yeah.
I mean...
Try my best.
I think we had a discussion about American chocolate before. There's definitely something about American chocolate which is very grainy.
So it stuck with me the last time that you guys were talking about American chocolate. And Mike, I think it was you said it tastes like sick. And I was like, oh my gosh. And now you have ruined chocolate for me. Every single time I eat chocolate, I'm like, God damn it, he's right. If it's like a mass produced chocolate bar, I'm like, you're absolutely right. It does.
It was on. There's a show over here called QI, which it stands for quite interesting. It's a quiz show, and if you say something you think is right, and it's kind of a Mandela effect, you lose all your points and things. And they tell you what the truth is, and it's something that came out of that. They said it's something to do with years and years ago. They couldn't transport milk chocolate because obviously in the States there's massive space in between different cities and things like that. So they had to use kind of artificial milk or something, which contains one of the same chemicals that is in vomit.
Oh.
And now they don't need to do that because, there are refrigerated trucks that can go that distance. But the American palate is adapted now that chocolate tastes of this chemical.
So they get people to vomit into it now.
Vomit isn't one of the ingredients.
All natural ingredients.
It may as well be
organic.
I mean, if you put it by its chemical name, you could hide it in amongst all the other shit that's in here.
Absolutely. So, do you know what? I feel I should apologise, Dana, for ruining chocolate, but I'm also proud that a little bit of our podcast has
lingered like a nasty fart.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm proud of that. I've been proud of that too.
You'll linger later with your deviled eggs.
So I couldn't find Reese's cups.
Reese's sticks are just as good.
So this would be the equivalent of our Kit Kat, wouldn't it?
I mean, we have Kit Kat. This one, I don't know when they came out with Reese's sticks. It was a while ago, but I used to eat them. That's how long ago. I was a kid. I was probably in high school whenever they came out with them, and I used to go to the store and get them all the time. They're like wafery peanut butter cups.
Yeah, I think Reese's are definitely my favourite American chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know what? Even having said about the American chocolate tasting of vomit, one of my favourite chocolate bars above all others is the Reese's Nutrageous bar. You had that.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the peanuts and the caramel, and it's the caramel in it for me. It's just
so good.
That should be registered as a Class A narcotic. It really should. It's so addictive.
That and Biscoff spread.
Yes.
Do you have that in America?
Oh, very good.
Biscoff spread?
Yeah, because you only get the Biscoff biscuits.
I love them. I have them in my house right now. I eat them all the time.
So you could get a spread which is just made of biscuits. Yeah, I did a thing once where I went to try it with a spoon, and then I sat there, thought I'll try a bit more, and then within an hour I'd eaten all of it, like the whole jar.
I'm going on to Amazon immediately. I am Googling, I am buying, I am eating, I am adding to the obesity stat.
If when you come on next time you're 500 pounds, I know that you found it. So.
Dana, if you can't find a place to get it, let me know. I will send you some.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
holding you to
readily
that.
available. Oh, absolutely. quite readily available. Well, I tell you what. From now on, Dana, let's make a promise. We will pay you. You will be the first person who's ever been paid to come on our podcast, and we will pay you in Biscoff spread.
I feel like I can make that deal. I feel confident that I will sign on the dotted line.
Right. So what else do we need to know about like Thanksgiving? Because my wife did a Thanksgiving dinner a couple of years ago, and she made a pie that was pumpkin underneath and marshmallows on the top.
So
is it pumpkin underneath, or is it
the sweet potato pie?
That was sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baz, we're still on the podcast.
Yes, sorry.
We really like to stick ingredients together that really shouldn't be together. Let's go back to your friend with the peanuts and the Coke.
Absolutely.
I couldn't eat it. So we had it on a plate with like some other savoury stuff like sweet potato. I couldn't eat it. It was just like too sugary.
So sweet potatoes mixed with marshmallows, huge side of Thanksgiving. We make it, somebody will probably bring it to our Thanksgiving dinner. For whatever reason, we like to stick marshmallows into vegetables. I'm not sure why. We're like, oh, you see this perfectly healthy vegetable? Let's make it fat.
So what else goes to the table then? Because obviously that's a weird side. I know pumpkin pie is that's another one, isn't it? Which is an American.
You guys don't do pumpkin pie either?
Not readily.
No, it's not a pumpkin pie over here. Isn't a thing. So much so that I was thinking that, like, when I Googled like what makes like Thanksgiving food, that was one thing I was going to make. But outside of Halloween, you can't buy pumpkins here. You can't even buy. I believe tinned pumpkin is a thing in the States.
Yeah,
you
get it.
So I know our local sort of superstore. You can get pumpkin in a tin, like the cream.
Yeah,
but I guess it's not all year round either.
So my husband, I like to brag about him. So yes, you can get pumpkin puree in like a can, and you can make pumpkin pie out of that. But the thing is, you have to get like the spray whipped cream or the Cool Whip, and you have to cover the entire thing. It's not a dollop. You don't just put a tiny dollop on it. You cover the whole thing. I don't want to see crust. I don't want to see pumpkin. I want to see white. It's a mound of white, and then I stick a fork in it, and underneath is my pumpkin pie.
See, that sounds okay.
My husband, whenever I met him, I was like, he was a smoke show, or is a smoke show, and I was like, God, he's hot. He can dance. Like, he does all these things. The first Thanksgiving that I spent with him, he made a pumpkin pie from scratch. And when I say from scratch, I mean he took a pumpkin, cut it up, boiled it, scooped out the insides, put it in a T-shirt, wrung it out, like he did all of the steps.
You mean he dressed it first? So.
He dressed it first. He put it in a T-shirt and a tie.
Like Wilson.
Little fucking top hat.
So he did the whole process from beginning to end.
Beginning to end. And I didn't realize this is something he does every single year. So every year we go to the pumpkin patch, we pick out our pumpkins for Halloween, and then a month later he boils them and makes pies out of them.
That's amazing. I think I love him as well now.
I know.
I can see
it is the sexiest thing he does.
See, he was coming out of that really, really well until you said that the sexiest thing he does is make a pie out of pumpkins.
It's true. It's true. I'm standing by it.
Nothing wrong with a bit of pumpkin.
I'm moving on to another drink.
Oh, here we go.
It's a very, very, very common one. I bought this in a really small store over here. It's just Dr. Pepper.
Love me a Dr. Pepper.
Do you know what? I seem to remember trying one again, probably 35 years ago at least.
You don't look old enough.
And never. Thanks, Baz. And.
Is that the sexiest thing he does for you? He tells you look young.
He does lots more sexy things than that for me. But that's not for the podcast.
Or is it?
Well, you know,
We're not this one.
No, we're sticking that one behind a paywall.
That's for
You're not-
OnlyFans.
yeah, that's going behind a paywall. You're not getting that shit for free. So yeah, Dr. Pepper is like I say, I literally had it 35 years ago and haven't had it since. And I think that's probably because I didn't enjoy it. So, I don't know if the advert was the same, but years ago the advert used to be Dr. Pepper. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, that was it.
Because it was like, because people didn't know what it tasted like, and they were like, "Yeah, go on, have some." It's like, what's the worst that can happen? And that was
their slogan.
yeah. Because people in Britain were just like, don't know what it is, and it's like, yeah, go on, try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Imagine using that as a pickup line.
Yeah. It would work.
Wow, what's the worst that could happen? You're like, well,
Do you want to come home with me?
yeah.
Go on. What's the worst that could happen?
Great advertising.
They're really don't.
25 years in prison.
Yeah. That was actually the chat up line for my wife, and she's we're nearly 20 years married, so that was the worst that could happen.
She found out. She fucked around and found out.
She realized the worst that could happen. She could be stuck with me for 2 decades. Right, I'm going in with the Dr. Pepper.
After some deviled eggs.
Yeah. Your house in the morning, as Dana said, is going to be like grim.
It's just an odd flavour, isn't it? I don't know.
I'm a
What's
big
it supposed to taste of? Is it just a mixed
Dr. Pepper?
Doctors and peppers?
Yes.
Is that how they make it? That's very good. I should have figured that out. Really.
I really like it. It's one of